I was determined to become a homeowner even though I had limited knowledge of real estate. It was 2003. I turned to my friend Polo, a seasoned real estate investor, for guidance. He referred me to a trusted real estate company, which then introduced me to an excellent mortgage broker. I was able to secure 100% financing with my 693 credit score. I also received a first-time home buyer's grant of $5,500, which was about 3% of the purchase price. On top of that, the seller contributed about $4,000 toward my closing costs. Sweet, right? In the end, I needed less than $5,000 to get the keys to my first home in Sunrise, Florida. But that experience taught me a harsh lesson. My income was nowhere near enough to sustain the American dream. I was working as a computer technician at the time, earning just $15 an hour. But I did not let that stop me. 3 months later, I earned my license and became a mortgage broker, working part-time under the same mortgage broker who had helped me finance my first home. In less than 2 years, I resigned from my computer job and opened my own mortgage company. For about 2 years, business was great. Then the crash hit. The real estate market collapse nearly drove me into bankruptcy. I was forced to close my mortgage company in 2008 and transition into the insurance industry, where I found great success. Although that chapter of my life had ended, my experience as a mortgage broker taught me an important lesson, a timeless principle, one that profoundly shaped both my personal and professional journey. That realization ultimately allowed me to crack the MVP code. One of the most meaningful conversations of my life was with a prospect named Mr. Ernie. Mr. Ernie was a mortgage prospect who I had a wonderful conversation. He and I bonded instantly over our shared appreciation for craftsmanship and communication. What began as a business meeting quickly transformed into something much more profound. Passion took over and our conversation shifted toward life and purpose. Then Mr. Ernie shared a quote that led to profound reflection. "Nothing great in the world has ever been accomplished without passion," by Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, a 19th century German philosopher. That quote did not just resonate with me. It redefined how I approach every challenge in life. It taught me that passion is always at the heart of great success. But to unlock greatness, passion must align with a mission bigger than yourself. Today, my name is Coach Morning. Coach is my first name, and Morning is my last. Let that be part of your takeaway today. Anyone striving to be an MVP on their team, in their company, or within their industry needs a coach. A coach's role in the MVP's life is simple yet transformative, to align you with your biggest goals and guide you on your journey to greatness and success. My mission today is to help you crack the MVP code, the key to uncovering the legend within you. That legend goes beyond personal success. It ignites a journey of self-discovery that transforms you, your life, and the world around you. Solving the MVP code requires unwavering dedication to a mission that is truly worth pursuing. The MVP code is not about working hard, as we typically think. MVPs don't even feel like they're working because they're living in alignment with their mission and passion. Work feels effortless when it's fueled by the MVP code. I call the result of this process success with meaning. The pathway to achieving it is the MVPPA success model built on 5 essential pillars: mission, vision, passion, plan, and action. Together, They form the foundation for unlocking your potential and stepping into your own legend. The story about my conversation with Mr. Ernst taught me an important lesson about the power of critical thinking and cracking the code in our daily lives. Sometimes what seems to be very obvious isn't always the whole picture. To be an MVP, we need to expand our thinking, challenge assumptions, and see beyond the surface. In American professional sports, MVP stands for Most Valuable Player. The MVPs are simply the most successful players in their leagues, those who consistently deliver skill, talent, and results and keep their fans happy and proud. But if you truly understand what's embedded in the MVP title, you too can be an MVP in your own life. I was fortunate enough to discover my mission at the age of 11. Not everyone is that lucky, but finding your mission, your personal mission, is a crucial step in your MVP journey. My realization came during a church service. I felt called to walk the path of priesthood in the Catholic Church. I gave up on the dream of becoming a priest the first time I said, "I love you," to a woman. But I never abandoned my true mission. A priest guides, inspires, and transforms people's lives through speaking. Today, I do exactly that through Action 5, my company, and I love it. That moment of enlightenment has shaped my life journey. If you discover your personal life mission, you will likely solve or overcome most of your challenges. All you need is one thing: steadfast commitment to that mission, and your sense of focus will lead you to a life of health, success, and fulfillment. The M in MVP, the first letter of the MVP code, stands for mission. But a mission isn't about achieving personal success or becoming the best in your field. It's about defining a purpose so much profound, so much greater than yourself, that it propels you to grow into the best version of yourself. As Muhammad Ali puts it, champions aren't made in gyms. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them: a desire, a dream, a vision. I would have added a mission. The M in MVP transforms you into a key player for a better society and a brighter world. Question for you, my friends. What's the M in your MVP? What is your mission? When your M, your life purpose, your mission is clear and compelling, the next step in cracking the MVP code is to define your V, which is your vision. Your vision works like a dream that brings your mission to life. It defines how far you want to go with your mission. It reflects the quality, intensity, and scope of your aspirations. It translates the intangible into something ideal and achievable. It helps you move from imagining possibilities to planning realities. It determines the magnitude of your future achievements. My dad's story is a powerful example of vision in action. His mission was to promote education, and his vision was to ensure that every child in his home village in Haiti had access to quality education. Even though he's no longer with us, he lives on through that same vision. What is the V in your MVP? What is your vision? Your vision sets the stage for greatness. It determines how far your mission will take you and shapes the path to your ultimate success. Now, what is the third letter of the code? The third letter of the code is P for passion. Passion for the mission. Passion for your life purpose. Passion is fire, your driving force, your electric spark. That's your healthy obsession with your life purpose. The energy that propels you forward. When I think about passion, Christopher Reeve, the Superman, comes to mind. Paralyzed from the neck down in a horseback riding accident In 1995, he became a powerful advocate for spinal cord research, proving through his foundation that true passion comes from the mind's unwavering commitment to a mission bigger than oneself. How hot is the P in your MVP? How strong is your passion? If I can measure your passion level, I can definitely tell whether you have the potential to become an MVP in life. Once you have discovered or chosen your M for mission, define your V for vision, and ignited your P for passion, you're well on your way to achieving success and becoming an MVP in life. However, cracking the first 3 letters of the code is just the beginning. To truly become an MVP, you need 2 more essential steps. Design a clear plan and take decisive action. With the finish line in mind, the MVPs, the most valuable players, always plan their games and pass the ball to the next player in the best position. You must take that final shot to the basket in order to score and win the game. The 4th letter of the code, as we mentioned, the value of plan, is P for plan. A plan is your blueprint for turning your mission, vision, and passion into tangible outcome. It enables you to analyze and mobilize your resources for optimal execution. Like a sports coach, you need a well-crafted plan with a set of strategies and tactics to align your resources with your mission and goals, so you can win the championship of the game of life. My new mantra is simple: no timeline, no plan. If there is no clear goal and no timeline, it's not a real plan. I was able to publish my first book simply because I committed to a deadline. I told my coach, Professor Marian Weldon, that I would finish it in July 2024. With that kind of commitment, I left no room for procrastination. And on August 27, 2024, that book was published, turning my writer's dream into reality. That was a happy moment. What is the second P in your MVP code? What is your plan? It's time to set a date or a time frame for accomplishing your goals. Once you have a plan, be ready for action. That's the final stage of cracking the code. The final letter that unlocks the MVP code is A for action. Because without action, even the best mission, the best vision, the most electrified passion, or the best plan will go nowhere. In April 1993, I came across a job posting for a director's position at a non-profit organization in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, where I was raised and educated. It required a master's degree, and for me, I hadn't even completed my bachelor's. Still, my drive for success was unshakable, and I was convinced I had the skills to do the job. But there was just one problem. I did not own a computer and had barely used one. My only trip to a computer lab ended with a lemon, a dead personal computer that refused to cooperate. I should have smashed it and thrown it out the window. Yet, I wasn't deterred. I turned to my mentor, Jean-Paul. Jean-Paul became my mentor because Mr. Theodat, thank you, Mr. Theodat, my freshman business math teacher at the university, insisted that we, the students, needed to find a mentor by senior year in order to ensure professional success. Fueled by urgency and determination, I gathered all the information needed to craft a standout resume. I documented every single experience accumulated since high school, achievement earned, and seminars attended, ensuring the recruiter would see the full breadth of skills I brought to the table. A director's role demands robust qualifications, and I was determined to demonstrate mine. after drafting the resume, I traveled to the company that Jean-Paul managed on behalf of his parents. He wasn't there when I arrived, but I waited patiently, hopeful for his support. When he finally arrived, I shared the situation and expressed my firm determination to apply for the position. At first, I asked if his administrative assistant could type the resume. But to my surprise, Jean-Paul, a big boss in my head, chose to do it himself. At that moment, it felt like a divine intervention. As he continued to type, he paused, looked at me genuinely, and said, "You have an interesting resume. I'm going to help you get a scholarship." These words were music to my ears and became a pivotal moment in my life journey. True to his word, Jean-Paul connected me with a program offering full 2-year scholarships for Central American and Caribbean students to study at community colleges in the United States. This initiative aimed to provide knowledge to the students they could bring back to their home countries. I applied with firm determination, knowing that this was the opportunity for me to rewrite or transform my future. I got accepted and had the privilege of studying at Edmonds Community College in the city of Linwood, close to Seattle, Washington. A place filled with love, great people, inspiring professors, supportive advisors, wonderful landscapes, and everything else that comes with an enjoyable and unforgettable learning experience. If you ever feel unsure about what to do in life, all you need to do is take action. Your action will generate a chain of events, ultimately elevating your game. It is time to rise to embrace the MVP within you. It is time to rise to discover the legend within you. As you walk away today, remember this. The MVP code stands on 5 critical questions, as outlined in the MVP PA success model. First, what is your mission? That's your life purpose. The main reason you're here, you're on this planet. That's your M. Second, what is your vision? That's how you imagine your mission bringing light to real life challenges. That's your V. Third, how strong is your passion? That's your level of commitment. Your healthy obsession with your life purpose. That's your first P. Fourth, what is your plan? That's your roadmap to the finish line with clear goals, objectives, and a timeline. That's your second P. And finally, last but not least, what action do you take to make your life, your life's vision, a reality? Your life's vision, make it a reality. Your action will do that. Success belongs to those who step out of their comfort zone and take bold action day in and day out. I share these principles in my book titled Success with Meaning, The 5 Proven Steps to Life with Success, where I explain in detail the MVP PA success model. It is your time for impact. Are you ready to embrace the MVP within you? This is your time to rise. Are you ready to discover the legend within? This is your time for impact. Are you ready to take action for meaningful success? This is your time to rise. Are you ready to help build a better world? This is your time to rise. You have what it takes to embrace the MVP within you. You have what it takes to step into your legend and build a life of health, success, and fulfillment. Thank you.